Welcome back to Autism at Home, brought to you by us at Early Autism Project Malaysia through our non-profit initiative, The Hope Project. My name is Joshabet Isaacs and welcome to Lesson 4 of our series on preparing for school. This lesson is all about communication strategies in school. Now, over the years, we have released quite a few series on the whole area of communication, speech and language. We have Unit 5 on teaching speech and language, Unit 10 on following instructions, Unit 17 on building language Part 1, and Unit 21 on building language Part 2. And so we do encourage you to go back and to review those series if necessary. Communication is an essential skill, and especially when transitioning to school. And whether that is through expressive speech or through an assisted device, be it sign language, pictures or the iPad, we must be able to communicate to our students with autism in a way that they can understand. And they must be able to communicate to us and their classmates in an appropriate and successful way. And so we have just covered quite a bit of school-based rules and routines in our last lesson. And one of our key recommendations has been for parents and teachers to prepare visuals. That's right. Visuals are a great and essential way to communicate effectively to our kiddos. And so in this lesson, we would like to summarize a few key areas using visuals which will help us to have that two-way reciprocal communication. Now we want to try to keep things as simple as possible, and so the key visuals we need to utilize to communicate expectations clearly to our kiddos include: number 1, social stories. Just a standard social story to explain going to school, what the classroom looks like, who their school teacher is, perhaps their desk, and if there is a need to wear a uniform. You can even add their classmates' photographs if you have them already. Now, you could also make specific social stories about certain expectations that your child may find difficult, such as assembly time, recess time, essentially any area that is challenging for your child. Next up would be visual schedules. Now, especially in school, it would be much easier to have these key visuals on a ring. So a transition shadow or PLA can easily swap over the different schedules. There should be a daily school schedule, which is essentially the key transitions in the day, so a child is able to understand clearly what the day looks like. You can also use a specific visual schedule for specific situations, again, like assembly and recess. Then on this same ring, we would outline some visual rules. This really helps our kiddos to understand what is expected. And in the last lesson, we just spoke about learning time expectations as well as circle time expectations, such as sitting nicely, eyes on teacher, and listen to teacher. Last but not least is the visual token board. This will really help our kiddos to stay motivated, as the token board can clearly outline the expected behaviors, but more importantly, the reward that they are working for. We often pair this with visual rules and usually use a traffic light system to help remind our kiddos to stay on green light. Now, we've seen some schools use the concept of sunny, cloudy, and rainy to communicate the same essential concepts of green light, yellow light, and red light. Actually, there's one more area. All the visuals we just mentioned are for us as adults, as teachers, therapists, to communicate clear expectations to our kiddos. But there's also the aspect of them needing to communicate to us. And so it is really important, especially if a child is not a fluent speaker yet, that they have a very accessible mode of communication, be it readily available visuals or their iPad app. A child must be able to communicate if they need help, if they need a break, and importantly, if they need the toilet, if they're hungry, or even if they want their parents. You could refer to our previous series, Unit 3, under Setting Up Your Home, Utilizing Visuals, for a refresher on how to use visuals, and also Unit 6 on teaching materials. And there are a few lessons there to help make social stories and visuals as well. And so it's your turn. Most importantly, how is your child communicating at present? Is your child able to communicate their needs, their wants, perhaps even their emotions confidently? either in a verbal way, or if not, does he or she have an effective mode of communication? Do remember, this is a foundational skill and has to be a priority in foundational therapy. Have you prepared the following 5 areas of visuals for your child to understand expectations in school? Social story, visual schedule, visual rules, visual token boards, and a mode of communication for your child to communicate to us. Lastly, remember to simulate school at home and practice these at home or in your one-to-one therapy setting first, so your child can hopefully be fluent with these practices at home and then to generalize these to school. Well, that's it on communication strategies in school. We will be talking about independence in the next lesson.
Thank you very much for your support, and with the amount of interest we have received online, we have actually started providing online services and currently work with clients in other states of Malaysia, New Zealand, Philippines, Singapore, Switzerland, Indonesia, China and Brunei. Get in touch with us for more information by scanning this QR code.
If you haven't already, do check out our online resource platform, Autism at Home, which has all the lesson videos, corresponding articles, and downloadables available for you for free. Stay updated through social media platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Do click on the subscribe and follow buttons to get more information. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye!